My hair is so flat. I just washed it, didn't put any product in it, but I felt like this is an important video to make, so I'm making the video. What's going on, everybody? It's your dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about the most definitive, accurate, I think only 100% way on how to tell if a guy truly likes you, okay? This will not steer you wrong, and the better you are at it, the more accurate it's going to be. It could be 100% accurate, I believe, okay? It's kind of what I go off of. Now, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Just click the red button below. I will love you forever. And along with the bell notification if you want to get my videos like this right away. And if you want to work with yours truly or get my course, which goes into much more detail about these kind of topics, links are down below. So before you click off, because you're going to be like, Elliot, I know what you're saying here, and I know what you mean. I'm going to say a very common quote that I always say, but I think it's important and it has to pertain with this. And that is, if a guy truly likes you, he won't put himself in a position to lose you. Now, when I say this, I know you're thinking, okay, Elliot, so you're just saying if a guy puts himself in a position to lose me, he doesn't like me? Well, yeah, kind of, right? But that's not what I just want this. I just want that to be the undertone of what I'm about to say. Okay, so here's the thing: a guy looks at things in terms of advantages. Okay, advantages and costs. I like to use economics or economical terms to better describe these kind of things because I think it's very, very accurate. A guy is going to try to get away with as much as possible and or get as many advantages as possible and or as many assets as possible with paying the least amount of cost. Okay, so what is a cost? I usually, in my course at least, I call costs, another word for cost is a liability. Things that are going to take away his resources, time, energy, effort, money, things he has to invest to get these assets. And usually a lot of women fall for the whole thing in the beginning where a guy invests a lot, he does a lot, he initiates a lot, he reaches out a lot, whatever, hook up, you guys hook up and do all these things in the beginning, and then 2-3 months later he starts to pull away. And the reason he's pulling away is, well, maybe it could be he lost interest, maybe you became crazy or fucking annoying or whatever. It could be many things, but a lot of the times the context changes, and that's where this guy is going after these advantages, these assets that you offer, your looks, your attention, your validation you're giving him, an ego boost, status, sex. It could be many things. Maybe he just likes cuddling you and actually being with you, but he knows that over time, and every woman at least should want this, that the more you do this stuff, it layers, okay? The consistency, it layers. The time, the length, it layers. The what you guys say, the cuddling, the sex, what you say during meeting each other's friends and families, leaving things at each other's house. It creates context to the point where now it starts to feel or have this relationship vibe. And if it does, that's the cost. Now he's thinking, oh shit, if I continue to want these assets, I have to pay this cost. It's no different than like getting a Netflix membership or a gym membership, and you get your first month free. They're getting you this trial, and then after it's like, okay, it's time to pay up. It's really no different. You're trying to get each other hooked. But some guys are trying to take advantage of the free trial, okay? Now, all this has to do with the thing I said in the beginning. If a guy truly likes you, he won't put himself in a position to lose you, because I think once a guy's, even though some women may give this guy the benefit of the doubt. Well, I want to keep it going and see. He's not a bad guy, Elliot. I want to see where it goes. He's pretty genuine. I mean, he's good for the most part. I don't want to just cut it off. I want to give it another month to see if he changes his mind. Or you're sitting around hoping the guy changes his mind. Whatever it is, right? It's important to know that if a guy truly likes you, he won't put himself in a position to lose you. So I think even though he gets these advantages, A lot of guys, if they're not wanting a relationship or they don't see you long term, they're going to continue to have their cake and eat it too. They're going to continue to talk to you. They're going to continue to reap these benefits. They're going to continue to get all these assets and not actually commit or pay the cost. But now I believe if a guy truly likes you, despite getting all these things, okay, he's still going to take you off the market. Why? Because there's a chance of losing you. A high value woman would never stay around for this long term unless they're in a mutual agreement that what they have is fun. It's okay. Because like for me personally, what's the date today? I don't know. 9/5/2020. I'm not really a relationship guy. I'm not really looking for one. You know, now does that mean I don't like a girl I'm talking to? Absolutely not. I could really like her. Just in my life right now, it's not what I want. I want freedom. I want to play my games. I want to be able to stay up and run around and make a lot of noise and spend my money and do all these things that I don't want to have to answer anyone. I don't want to have to talk and text to somebody every day. I just want to do me. Nothing personal to the woman, okay? But so I mean that I would say would maybe be the only caveat. But again, I feel like if a guy likes you enough, or if it's the like I always say, the right woman, the right time kind of thing, it doesn't really matter what his excuse is. He will take you off the market. So to sum this video up, what I'm trying to say is there are guys who will continue to reap these assets from you because you're letting them. And that doesn't necessarily mean they don't like you. I still think a guy can like you and do that, just because liking you and wanting a relationship are two completely different things. But if a guy sees you long term, trust me, even if he's having his cake and eat it too, he will take you off the market. So I know this sounds like common sense, but this is the more in-depth way of looking at it. This is how a lot of men think, okay? Men are not going to take a woman off the market unless they see her long term. And I know that sounds like common sense, but that's just the truth, okay? So that being said, ladies, I love you all. Take care and peace.